Newshour Special Edition.
India, good evening. You're watching the Newshour on Times Now. Thanks for being with us. The monsoon session of Parliament has ended, but the fierce face-off between the government and opposition continues to rage. Prime Minister Modi, while virtually addressing BJP's Panchayatayiraj Parishad in West Bengal, launched a blistering attack on the TMC over violence during Panchayat elections. Hitting out at Mamata's party, he accused the TMC of playing a game of bloodbath. The Prime Minister then took on team I.N.D.I.A. over Manipur and said that they ran away from Lok Sabha because they knew that the Manipur truth would sting them the most. Listen in to PM's scathing attack.
मणिपुर पर चर्चा नहीं चाहते थे क्योंकि उनको मालूम था कि मणिपुर का सच सबसे ज्यादा उनको चुभने वाला है। उनको मणिपुर के नागरिकों की उनके दुख दर्द की पीड़ा नहीं थी, परवाह भी नहीं थी। उनके लिए उनकी राजनीति, देश से बड़ा दल, मणिपुर की चर्चा तो टाल दी। अविश्वास प्रस्ताव लाकर के राजनीतिक बहस को ही उन्होंने प्राथमिकता दी। राजनीतिक मुद्दों को लेकर के ही सदन का 3 दिन में विपक्ष में बैठे हुए साथी अपना स्कोर करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। अभी अभी वहां पंचायत के चुनाव हुए। इस चुनावों में टीएमसी ने कैसा खूनी खेल खेला ये भी देश ने देखा है। तो एक एक वोट पर अड़ंगे डालना, भय का वातावरण बनाना, काउंटिंग में से बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं को उठा करके बाहर ले जाना, बैठने नहीं देना, इतने जुल्म के बाद भी ये पश्चिम बंगाल की जनता है, उसका प्यार है कि वो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं को आशीर्वाद देते रहे हैं और बीजेपी के प्रत्याशी जीतते जा रहे हैं।
Responding to PM's attack, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee called his remarks devoid of evidence and accused the BJP of fanning fire in Bengal.
Team India Alliance. So whatever he can, he is speaking without any evidence. He wants the poor people should die, the country should die, the common people should suffer, and only BJP is their backer. Cannot reach the people with their ideology. Forgotten all the ideology. Their ideology is only to create. Well, you cannot raise the corruption issue because you are fully surrounded by so many issues like PM Care Fund, like Rafale agreement, like the agreement to sell the defense factory and all, to sell the private sector all. 2000 note demonetization in the name of note denomination, and also the 2000 note now you want to cancel it because of your party interest and your interest. So don't forget that people are fooled. You can fool the people some of the time, but you cannot fool the people all the time. So first, charity begins at home. See your own face. You don't take action against of your people who are corrupted, who is totally involved in character assassination case, atrocities on women case, atrocities on wrestler, atrocities on Manipur, atrocities in everywhere. Even your people killed our Bengal, the 16, 17 people, more than. And you are giving the batash, hawa, some political wind to them. So first behave properly.
The BJP echoed the Prime Minister, accusing the TMC of using violence to intimidate opposition. BJP Chief JP Nadda slammed Mamata, claimed collapse of law and order in the state.
ममता दीदी महिला, आपको करुणा नहीं आती, आपको दया नहीं आती। जिस तरीके से आप होम मिनिस्टर होकर के आज यहां पर तांडव नृत्य हो रहा है, मिशन हत्याएं हो रही हैं और आप एविडेंस मांग रही हैं। मित्रों, ऐसी सरकार को रहने देना है क्या? ऐसी सरकार को रहने देना है क्या? मैं ममता जी से बताना चाहता हूं, प्रजातांत्रिक तरीके से लड़ेंगे। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ही बंगाल की आवाज बनेगी कल और भारतीय जनता पार्टी विजयश्री होगी।
On the PM's attack on Manipur, leaders of opposition parties, including the Congress, returned the fire with Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, who's in his parliamentary constituency Wayanad, leading the attack on the BJP and Prime Minister Modi. This is what he said.
The Prime Minister spoke for 2 hours 13 minutes about everything, about the Congress, about me, about the India alliance, but he spoke 2 minutes about Manipur.
You heard the war of words. Let's open this up. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party; Karan Verma, author; Kamruzaman Chaudhary, leader of the Congress; Trajan D'Mello, spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress; and Ghanshyam Tiwari completes the panel, the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, the Prime Minister says that, look, the opposition was never interested in doing a debate in Manipur. They used the no trust motion to peddle politics because you don't care about people in Manipur and their plight.
Yeah, Pranesh, first of all, let me just remind you that entire exercise of the no confidence motion was brought about because the ruling party members were going about whataboutery and false equivalence to Manipur and the other states. We as a united opposition India alliance, we tried to bring the Prime Minister to the floor of the House, speak on what's happening in Manipur. We tried to get out from the government that what were the steps that were taken to assuage the fears of the people of Manipur and assure us as an opposition that Manipur is going to be on the right track in the near future. Now what did we get? The narcissist and the egoistic Prime Minister refused to come to the floor of the House to issue a statement. He comes near the parliament, speaks for 36 seconds and walks off, but does not come to the floor of the House. Is this a functional democracy or an electoral autocracy that we are watching out here from the Prime Minister? Secondly, let me just remind you that for the 3 days that we filed the no confidence motion, the results were well known to everybody that we are not going to win the no confidence motion. This was the first no confidence motion in the history of India wherein there was nothing to do with the government falling, but everything to do with the government to speak. Why were the government so silent? Had it not been for the viral video, we all would have been dark that what actually was happening. And today also for the last 3 months, the entire internet is shut down in Manipur, and God forbid what is happening in Manipur, nobody of us knows. Because there are no news coming out, actual factual reports from the ground coming out to all of us. And we expected as an opposition that the Prime Minister of the country and the Bharatiya Janata Party who preached that Har Ghar Modi, and we obviously as an opposition wanted that when Har Ghar
you
Modi
tell me,
means, the Modi must
you
be
tell me one thing.
all the questions.
If you were so interested in listening to what the Prime Minister has to say about Manipur, why did Team India walk out of Parliament when he was talking about Manipur? Yes.
Pradesh, the entire debate was on Manipur. For 90 minutes, the Honorable Prime Minister, the narcissist and the egoistic Prime Minister spoke on everything under the sun. But for the first 90 minutes, he did not utter the word Manipur. Why is it so? The opposition was there not to listen to his theatrics and whataboutery in the Parliament, on the floor of the House.
But the no, 1 minute. People from the treasury benches. No, 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, this is not how democracy functions. You have to listen to the other side, whether you call him narcissistic, something else. I mean, you know, you can't have a situation where you want the Prime Minister to come address an issue, and then you won't have leaders from opposition Team India, as you're calling it, not in attendance. And this is not the first time this shoot and scoot politics. Even Amit Shah referred to this during his speech. The Prime Minister talked about it. वो लोग तो है ही नहीं जो जवाब सुनना चाहते हैं. Let me bring in Gopal Krishna Agarwal.
Is the Parliament already?
1 minute, Kamruzaman Chaudhary. Let me bring in Mr. Gopal Krishna Agarwal. Mr. Agarwal, you've heard Kamruzaman Chaudhary of the Congress. He says, look, we were interested in having a debate. The Prime Minister ran away. He was never there.
The thing is, if they were interested, so we have to know the fact. One thing was, from the start, BJP was ready to discuss everything on Manipur, threadbare on every aspect. Home Minister, everybody from our party, even Prahlad Joshi ji, all said that we are ready to discuss the Manipur issues, whatever subject you want, whatever issues or whatever aspects you want to discuss, we are ready to discuss. The opposition did not agree to it. The whole episode of no confidence or this monsoon session, if you see, there is a clear-cut history. How many opposition leaders spoke on Manipur? They were talking everything. They were talking different things, different issues. Then secondly, Amit Shah ji for half an hour the previous day discussed and debated and talked about every aspect of Manipur issues. The violence, the ethnic cleansing, the court decision, how it started, what the BJP government has done there, what the Prime Minister has done, what he wanted to do, what Home Minister himself went there for 3 days, how the Deputy Home Minister Nityanand Rai was there for 23 days, what we are doing. Half an hour he completely dedicated to what our government has done for Manipur violence. Then came the Prime Minister's reply. What is there? He spoke for half an hour on Manipur and opposition just walked out. They did, and then they had also an opportunity if they were saying that Prime Minister will not speak. They had the opportunity post Prime Minister's. No, the Prime Minister. Of course,
they had a right. Gaurav Gogoi, who initiated the debate, had a chance.
Address.
But he did not use that opportunity. He came out of the house and he was speaking to a news agency.
So they were not interested.
Exactly. Why were they not interested?
This is the issue.
Why were they not interested? Let me bring in Ghanshyam Tiwari. Ghanshyam Tiwari ji, you are a reasonable voice, sir. Now, when you ask the Prime Minister or when you seek an explanation from the government, should you not, at the very least, be at least sitting there with patience and listening to it?
Good evening, Pranesh, to you, the viewers and fellow co-panelists.
And if you are not satisfied with his answer, you can cross-question him.
Right, let him speak, yes.
Just when the Prime Minister spoke like a BJP leader and Karyakarta to BJP leaders, three things have come out of news. One, that their own I.N.D.A. member of parliament, Loro Hose, said that he was stopped. He was stopped from speaking in parliament. He is from Manipur. BJP has another member of parliament from Manipur. He was also not allowed to speak. They have a member of parliament in I.N.D.A. from Mizoram. He wanted to speak in Rajya Sabha. He was not allowed to speak. That is one thing that tumbled out. Second thing that tumbled out is the chronology is that not till the opposition walked out, Prime Minister found Manipur in his words. He had spoken for nearly 90 minutes. He did not mention the word Manipur. The third thing, which has to be factually placed, when the debate began with Gaurav Gogoi speaking about Manipur, the first speaker on behalf of BJP, Mr. Nishikant Dubey, in his entire 45-minute speech, did not utter the word Manipur. How shameful is that? So clearly, BJP is not interested. And finally, the report that has come out in multiple news platforms that the Chief Minister alleging that the Chief Minister wanted to scuttle a cookie peace accord, and as a result, this violence happened a few days before that. This government has not responded.
I'll tell you, Ghanshyam Tiwari, there are other questions also. Karan, I want to bring you in. I know Mr. D'Mello also wants to come in. 1 minute. Karan, there was this sequence you would remember in Lok Sabha, and Amit Shah, while speaking about what happened in Manipur, said, look, I have all the names and details. If you want, I can name the leader. This is at a time when people from the opposition were, trying to outshout him. He said, do you want me to take names? I have the names. Aap bataiye, main naam leta hu. Nobody stood up and said, haan, aap naam lijiye.
So, Pranesh, let's actually understand here. On the first day, it was the Home Minister Amit Shah who wrote off a letter to Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Mallikarjun Kharge that let's discuss the issue of Manipur on the floor of the House. He said this, he took this initiative. They turned it down and they were stuck and fixated with discussing this under Article 267 and the Prime Minister making a statement. Amit Shah even made it clear there will be no time limit if we discuss it under 176. They refused. Why? Because they wanted to politicize it. Otherwise, the Home Minister, the person who is responsible for the internal security, is asking you to discuss this threadbare. Why did you not catch this opportunity and corner the Home Minister if you had some tough questions to ask. Truth is, they were ill-prepared, thoroughly ill-prepared. And when they talk of Rahul Gandhi, do you know what Rahul Gandhi spoke of when he started speaking? He first took some cheap jibes at Adani. Then his supporters started fussing that the camera is not on Rahul Gandhi, so his punches are not landing. Is that empathy? Is that sensitivity? Then Rahul Gandhi started talking about how he was arrogant. And Bharat Jodo Yatra has taught him so much. He did not speak about Manipur for a reasonable amount of time. That is how serious he was. Dimple Yadav, she was talking about the 500 rupee ki thali or the electricity cuts in Noida. Did Supriya Sule talk about Manipur? Did Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, for that matter, except for those cheap jibes of Nirav and internationalizing the issue, did any one of them come up with any reasonable solution or any specific thing about Manipur? Answer is an emphatic no. Home Minister took the bull by its horns and said, I want to discuss Manipur. And he laid out all the things, whether it is the deployment of 33,000 CAPF personnel, whether it is changing the DGP, whether it is changing the secretary. He went into the entire history of how Manipur was like this from a long time.
No,
and how
let's for a
efforts have
moment
been
focus
made
on Rahul Gandhi
to
and
improve the
Dimple
situation
Yadav
in
because we
Northeast
have the
largely.
spokesperson of the Congress and the Samajwadi Party here. Now,
Yes.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, I'll come to you. Kamruzaman Chaudhary is raising his hand, sir. In almost 35 minutes of his speech, Rahul Gandhi started speaking about Manipur only after the 18th, 19th minute. If you were so concerned about Manipur, why did it take so much time for Rahul to talk about the problems people are facing?
This is a national channel, so instantly verifiable facts should not be presented as lie. What Karan said is a blatant lie. Dimple Yadav ji spoke about Manipur. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary spoke about Manipur. Every speaker, there is not one speaker you can find from the Team India that did not speak about Manipur. In contrast, you can find half a dozen of speakers from BJP specifically, because their NDA allies are saying openly now that even members of parliament from Manipur were not allowed to speak. But from BJP, you will find half a dozen speakers who did not utter the word Manipur. So this is instantly verifiable.
Speaking on no confidence motion.
As far as Rahul Gandhi's speech is concerned, that speech was not 35 minutes. There was roughly 15 minutes of speech, of which 11 minutes of focus was on the face of the speaker.
Was that more important?
Pranesh, I
Where
want
the
to
focus was? Mr. Tiwari?
Is it
I mean, sir, you are such a senior person, sir. You know, I have great regards for you. You are also perpetuating that thing. Focus was not on Rahul's face.
Point here.
Let us just say facts as facts.
No, but Ghanshyam Tiwari, tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. Dimple Yadav, I am coming to you. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, I am coming to you. I'll give you a chance to respond to what comes. Sir, 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Mr. Tiwari, Dimple Yadav, when she started speaking, did she utter one word about what is happening in Bengal?
Yes.
Again, let the facts be facts. What a person spoke to has to be reported clearly. What Karan said was a blatant lie. He misquoted saying that these members of parliament did not speak about Manipur. This is an insult
I
to
said she was more fixated with the 500 rupee ki thali and the electricity cuts in Noida. Did she focus entirely on Manipur?
I did not interrupt.
Did she focus entirely on Manipur?
I'll come to you, Karan. You can respond. Let Mr. Tiwari have his say. Yes. Mr. Tiwari, answer the question I have asked you. Is Bengal not important, sir? Did people not die there? Were people not disrobed? Were women not disrobed there?
I think I am far less qualified than the Supreme Court Chief Justice, who has answered very clearly on this matter. This whataboutery led by the Prime Minister, led by the Home Minister, led by BJP members of Parliament, BJP ministers on Manipur versus West Bengal, the Chief Minister the Chief Justice of India has given a strong argument and a viewpoint that is far beyond my ability as well as knowledge. So I think we should stand.
Mr. Tiwari, you know, I don't want to get into the kind of respect that people from Team India have for the judiciary, but nonetheless, you know, I just want to. No. Let me bring in Kamruzaman Chaudhary. 1 minute. I am yet to bring in Mr. D'Mello into the mix. But 1 minute. Kamruzaman Chaudhary.
No, can I say something? Can I?
Okay, Gopal Krishna Agarwal representing the BJP wants to come in. Yes, sir. Bataiye.
10 seconds. A point of order. 10 seconds.
No, Karan, let Mr.
The important part was
Gopal
on the
Krishna
whole
Agarwal
debate. I just want to say briefly the important point here was the Congress was given a time of debate for 1.5 hours and BJP had a time for more than 6.5 hours. The second point is that the important factor about thing is the whole debate in the parliament was on no confidence. That's what we are saying. If you wanted to discuss only on Manipur, you should have discussed and accepted our offer to discuss only Manipur. You have brought a no confidence motion on the government. So we have to speak what the government has done over the last 9 years or last 5 years. It's an important part of the debate. If you are, that's what we are saying. You diverted the issue yourself. You wanted to politicize Manipur and talk about government, no confidence motion. That's what, that is your agenda. That is the politicization.
Was that the agenda, Mr. D'Mello? What was the agenda? What was the agenda? What was the aim and agenda of the no trust vote?
See, one thing is very clear, that the Prime Minister refused to utter a word for 80
Manipur, you
days.
should have discussed Manipur only.
Now, why is he interfering?
No, he's not, sir. Answer the question.
It is a fact that the Prime Minister refused to utter a word for 80 days. And it was because of this that a no-confidence motion was moved to discuss Manipur, to get the Prime Minister in. So by saying that nobody wanted to listen to the Prime Minister is absolutely wrong. It is the Prime Minister who is running away from the issue of Manipur. As the Chief Justice, the Supreme Court, has clearly stated, no dispute about it, that do not compare this to anything.
Courts have also spoken a lot of things about Bengal, sir.
Yes, let me finish it. Let me finish. Even after speaking about Bengal, he has made it categorically clear, Manipur cannot be compared to any state in India right now.
Don't compare it. You don't have to compare Manipur with Bengal. Mention the plight of people in West Bengal also.
Yes, let us mention that.
Who mentioned it from the opposition camp, you tell me?
Please understand, you just cannot compare it. It is totally beyond.
Forget the comparison. When you're talking about what's going on in the country, should you not be talking about what is going on in Bengal? I'm not going to Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. They are not making this about, BJP ruled state, non-BJP ruled state.
You show me that crimes are not, FIRs are not registered, are actually registered within 24 hours. Are you comparing it? Why are you bringing this nonsense? Crimes will take place.
This is nonsense for you. What's happening in Bengal is nonsense for you, Mr. D'Mello.
Yes, because FIRs have been registered, crimes have been detected.
Let me ask your Team India member, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, the killings in Bengal are a nonsense. Agree? Disagree?
I am not saying killings are nonsense.
Obvious.
You're comparing.
This is a totally unrelated topic.
What is unrelated, sir? How is it unrelated? Tell me.
In Manipur.
In Bengal. Why don't you allow me to complete my
Mr. D'Mello, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Let me reply.
1 minute. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, 1 minute, sir. Same team hai. Bolne dijiye unko. Mr. D'Mello, 1 minute.
Okay. You are trying to eat my words.
No, sir. No. You have your say, sir. Please. We are not muting mics here.
Sir, listen. The crimes that are taking place are condemnable. The Chief Minister is in record to condemn it. Our own people have died. We cannot be laughing over that. But there, the crimes are being detected, cognizance being taken. Whereas for 18 days, Manipur is burning, there is no cognizance. This is what the Supreme Court has said.
You are forgetting what the High Court has said.
Again,
Supreme Court has said that the crime taking place in West Bengal.
What the High Court has said.
How much reprimand High Court has done to the Bengal government.
What the High Court has said.
You are not doing. Then again in Panchayat election, same kind of violence, same kind of political violence, killing, rape.
No, I just want to ask, I have a very fundamental question. 1 minute, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, 1 minute, Gopal Krishna Agarwal, 1 minute. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, answer this. You remember what Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary said to a news agency, Hamari majburi hai. This alliance is a majburi. Because what else explains the silence of Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, a man who's been calling out atrocities in Bengal, going after the Mamata government? He did not utter one word against Mamata in Lok Sabha. Did not speak about Bengal. Must be some majburi.
see what happened in Bengal has been
No,
condemned.
there is no
much.
much.
Mr. D'Mello, let Kamruzaman Chaudhary answer that question.
Please let me speak. Please let me speak. Please let me speak. Please let me speak.
Sir, I allowed you, sir. I allowed you to speak. This is a question for your colleague from the Congress.
Let me speak. Let me speak, sir. Let me phrase it this way. There is a difference between Manipur and Bengal. 6,500 FIRs have been filed in Manipur. Nowhere there is an equivalence in India. 2% of the entire state population is displaced right now. Nowhere in India there is a buffer zone between two communities in the country. The valley people cannot go to the hills. The hill people cannot come to the plains. There is internet suspension for the last 3 months. Nowhere in the country this has happened except for emergency times. There is such a situation in Manipur wherein the state is being seen as a complicit in the
Mr. Chaudhary,
if
Mr. Chaudhary, then we are back to it again. If you're saying,
if I want to compare Manipur
Mr.
with
Chaudhary,
Bengal,
I'm not for a bit talking about comparison. I am saying if what you are saying about Manipur is true, and if you are really serious, or if you were serious, I'm talking about Team I.N.D.I.A. They should have stuck to the script about Manipur. They did not do that. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, you have the last word on the show.
They did not.
I mean, the more you say, how many times in your life have you pronounced India as I.N.D.I.A. and said it that? It's like calling Modi as MODI.
No, I have no problems calling it India Alliance, sir. Mr. Tiwari, I have no problems calling it India Alliance. Please, don't get me wrong.
Allow me to put it. It is a political toolkit of BJP that they have started calling India and defaming India, and then started calling I.N.D.I.A, I.N.D.I.A. We should not go there. We should focus on the colossal failure of BJP to take accountability with respect to Manipur and do one thing and say another. For example, the Times now reports that they have taken support of SDPI in Karnataka in the Gram Panchayat polls. So BJP at every level has double standards. But if their double standards is leading a state burn, that the Supreme Court has to take notice, women are paraded naked, and the Prime Minister mocks the Parliament for 90 minutes till the opposition walks out, and then he remembers that he should speak about Manipur, then it's a question that every one of us should ask.
No, 1 minute. First of all, because you've raised this up, let the BJP spokesperson answer on that question. Mr. Agarwal, quickly.
The thing is, it is only the people who had left BJP, they had some issues with SDPI. Second thing is, when before the election, the BJP government in Karnataka banned PFI, the Congress stood with them and compared it with Bajrang Dal and Bajrang Bali. The thing is, they have a different yardstick. If they are serious about violence against women, they should speak about Manipur. They should speak about Rajasthan. A 14-year girl brutally raped and burnt alive in Rajasthan. The same day Rahul Gandhi went there after the budget speech. He did not speak there about anything on the stage in Rajasthan even. So
Mr. D'Mello, can I ask you a question?
Atrocities against women in West Bengal, they are closed out.
Yeah, Mr. Agarwal, 1 minute.
Pranesh,
Mr. D'Mello, 1 minute.
Question,
this is an important question, sir. Can I ask you that question?
Please.
Can you tell me this India Alliance that we are talking about, what is this acronym? What does it stand for?
I didn't get you, sir. I didn't hear you.
What is the full form of India, the alliance that you are part of?
India National Development Alliance.
Nahi hua, sir. You can try again. You missed one alphabet.
India National Development Inclusive Alliance.
Yeah, in the second attempt, after much struggle, I for inclusive, but Bengal, Rajasthan, not part of the discussion in Lok Sabha, tells you a lot about this alliance, doesn't it?
Let me tell you one thing.
No, Pranesh,
that you cannot point out
please.
That the opposition did not want to listen to the Prime Minister when the Prime Minister 80 days has not uttered a word about it. And it was the opposition India Alliance that was talking for 80 days about Manipur.
Okay.
So what is the Manipur come to? What is the Prime Minister come to talk there?
Because the Prime Minister Karan Verma, because the Prime Minister did not talk about Manipur for 80 days, We did not discuss Bengal and Rajasthan. That's the counter.
That is not what I'm trying to tell you. Is
Pranesh, now in the interest of fairness, now that the Home Minister has spoken threadbare about what happened in Manipur, I think it's only fair that TMC calls a special session in West Bengal Assembly and the Home Minister there, who happens to be Mamata Banerjee, addresses the violence that has happened. Malda, where women were paraded naked, the Supreme Court, which Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari quotes again and again, is on record saying that West Bengal government has done violence in the name of elections. They do not give you the license for violence. Every single time there has been an incident, and there have been some gruesome incidents, be it in Malda or the Hansa Khali rape case, the West Bengal government has tried to scuttle the probe by the CBI, by the N.I.A., by the group of intellectuals and academicians. Let there be a session in West Bengal. Let there be a session in Rajasthan, where Rajendra Gudda was snubbed and even scuffled out of the assembly when he raised a question about the rising crime against women. Let there be equality there as well. Will they do a special session in Rajasthan and West Bengal?
Let's see whether that happens or not. For the moment, it's only fair that this blame game stops. If we are really concerned about plight of people, let's not make barriers in our heads and in our politics. That's all the time we had. I thank all of you for joining us. Mr. Agarwal, Karan Verma, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, Mr. D'Mello, Ghanshyam Tiwari. We're taking a short break. Why does Farooq Abdullah want to talk to Pakistan? That's debate number 2 on the News Hour. Stay with us.